Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Jordy and this reading is for Pisces. We're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I'm just burning some sage in the bowl here. We've got the Dungeons and Dragons dice set here, as well as some tarot cards and some notes on numerology. So we're going to tap into the numbers and the energy of numbers and kind of do some journaling together for Pisces. Pull messages forth, predictive messages within a format, and it's going to be a bit of a longer video, but I think it's going to be a beautiful message. So what we're going to start with is just taking this batch of dice here. So we have a 6 reversed up here. 2, 50, another 6, a 1, a 3, a 4, and a 7. Alright, Pisces. I've got my reference book here with numerology written out in it. And we're going to pull a tarot card for each of these dice. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice here. Very beautiful. The first number we got was a 6. I don't really remember the order these dice came out in. So we'll just go from left to right in a progression here. And we'll pull cards like that. But I'm going to leave the dice where they are because I feel like where they fell out is significant. These dice are in the north up here, but close to the center. These are also close to the center, but they're in the south. These dice right here are in the west, and these dice right here are in the east. So what's interesting about north, south, east, and west is that the north represents obstacles, the south represents benefits. So the north is negative and the south is positive charge, which I'm writing down here in this book. And in the west is where things are heading. They're heading from the west into the east. So even though the sun rises in the east, it begins there, it sets in the west. And the whole idea is that things in the west are things that are phasing out of our life towards the end of the day, towards, and it could either be a conclusion or it can be the past. The east is like new beginnings, and the east is like brings new energy into our life. The west is where things settle. So it's really powerful. So we start off the reading with this 6 reversed. According to my friend's numerology system, 6 is about things that are related to on the path of faith. From 0 to 9 on the path to faith, it's number 6, and it represents the mankind and sin and where we get stuck, you know. And according to tarot, 6 is about balance. So with this 6 energy, we want to see what area we may be getting stuck in. What part of the material world are we really focused on right now? This is in the West. So it's definitely talking about an energy that's been going on for a while. We have the 9 of Crystals reversed, security and abundance. So you may feel that your security and abundance has been reversed, you know, like the 6 here, has been in an obstacle position. And it's interesting, it's in the past. So whenever we get caught up in this lack of abundance mindset or lack of abundance energy in the current moment, it's because that energy for us is in the past and we're staying fixated on the past, if that makes sense, Pisces. Where if we clarify this 3, which is in the furthest east, like the new beginnings that we have, this is the 3 right here. And it's in the south, so it's where we're benefiting, where we're gaining benefit. We have the 8 of Crystals, which is dedication and progress. So there's definitely a message here of like when you feel stuck in your abundance, when you feel stuck in your sense of security, when you feel like you're being challenged by that, because this is in the north, and you feel like it's something that is you're getting close to finishing because you're moving into another abundant energy here, the 8 of Crystals, in your new beginning. But we're not always just in the past or in the new. We fluctuate back and forth between these energies. And with this new beginning here, it does require dedication. Your new beginning does benefit from your progress with this buffalo bison energy. Let's clarify the 2 in the north. This 2 that's leaning towards the east in the north positions. We have the High Priestess. One of your obstacles and challenges, because this is in the north half of these runes here, one of your obstacles is the High Priestess, which is intuition and sacred knowledge. This might be a block for you. You may be feeling like your intuition is hard to use for yourself, or you may question it. Maybe your intuition has brought you into states of a lack of abundance in the past. And there's an energy here of not fully trusting your intuition and sacred knowledge. Now, 2s are about agreements and partnerships and choices. So in order to overcome this obstacle of not being able to trust your intuition, you're best to partner up with a belief, a faith. You're best to partner up with spirit guides, with your angels, with your relationship to the universe. Simply because, you know, if you don't trust the intuition that comes from your own past experiences, because you've made mistakes and you don't necessarily see the patterns in your mistakes, you have to learn to trust the wisdom that's channeled from new experiences and from the dedication and progress that you've been making. So you'll always be getting even more evolved energies and more evolved epiphanies and intuitions as you stay dedicated in your progress here. So right now we've got a message here starting off with, in the material world, your abundance has been suffering because you've been stuck in the past. Every time you get stuck in this energy, a past belief, a past experience. You're in an energy here of new beginnings with magic, with the number 3, with manifestation, with the group energy. When you're dedicated to other people and you're dedicated to trusting, because trust is a key word for number 3 as well, you have progress. and this 3 is upright in this beautiful position of the map. So the High Priestess, again recapping, it's your intuition, it's a 2, it's on the side, it's leaning towards trying to have a new beginning in this partnership, a new beginning in this trust, basically, that you can dedicate yourself to a spirit guide or have them dedicate themselves to you, like work on that relationship. Trust the intuition that comes from another source, because maybe your intuition needs to evolve and learn, And that's the difference between intuition and experience, and the difference between intuition and an instinct. Our instincts are based off of fear. Our intuition and experience is based off of wisdom. So let's pick another dice to clarify. I want to clarify what's in the past here with this 4 and this 7. So 4 in the past, in the south, is it benefiting you? What benefited you in the past, where things have led? It's something to do with home and foundation, and we're going to feel into that. We have the 3 of Feathers, release and recovery. I think you've had to release key relationships in your life that were part of your foundation. You had to release those. The 3 of Feathers is the 3 of Swords. It's when we separate from people because of pain. And it's also an energy here of cleansing and clearing and recovering our foundation. So our abundance is also tied to other people a lot of the time. And then when those people and those relationships break down, even if it's to our benefit, because this 4 is in the south, it still creates an obstacle, Even when things benefit us, even though this is in the south energy, it still can create obstacles for us. And even when things are in the obstacle position in the north, it can still bring benefit to us. It's interesting. So even though you're in a state of abundance reversed, basically, and you're in a state of learning to stick to your progress and dedication, especially with your intuition and trusting spirit, this all started in the past because you had to release relationships that you trusted to take care of you in the night with this moth energy, take care of you during the dark or the lack energy that would have been your life. The 7 is about promises and about pathways. It's in the south. It's got the 10 of Shells, blessings and well-being. So what benefited you in the past is that people made promises to you. They promised to help with your security. They promised to be there. They promised the safety and well-being of your life. But there is a major dysfunctional energy here in your abundance and ability to sustain and create your own abundance here, because there was separation. You see how close these 2 dice were? There was a separation here from people, from a family, or from a lover, where you depended on them for resources, where you depended on them for security and for well-being. And the separation ultimately benefited you because it challenged you to deal with your own independence and to tap in and trust your own intuition, which is only accessible, and the new beginning is only available in your future with dedication and continuing on your progress of trusting your intuition. And the message that came with the intuition was, if you don't trust your own intuition because you got in these cycles in the past and your intuition has failed you, if you don't trust your own knowledge, then partner up with spirit to get that knowledge that you need. This is a beautiful message so far. Um, let's clarify this 50 here, reversed. 0 is at an energy of source and God to them. And 5 is about change and grace and disruption. So this is when the universe is really impacting our life. It's in the middle of the reading, so it's not necessarily in the past. It might be in the recent past or just the recent present moment. And it's also only just below this border, so it's kind of beneficial but not like perceived as perfectly positive, you know? So we have the 2 of shells of union. So basically what's happening here is there's a relationship dynamic in your life right now that is changing the way you interact with your intuition when it comes to the knowledge that you seek for your abundance. There could be a relationship here that's the center of your focus right now in your life, because this dice is pretty much in the center of the map. Right now, the biggest theme in the present moment for you is a specific relationship. And with the 50 being here, it is kind of saying that there's a lot of beautiful energy flowing within this relationship. But it's destined to change. It's destined to be a disruptive energy in your life. Disruptive energies don't tend to stick around for very long. So either this energy is disrupting you and your person so that you can come closer together, or maybe you only do so for a period of time and then you drift apart. The question here is that there is a new beginning. Is this new beginning of dedication and progress going to be a shared journey? When in the past, when you've shared the journey of dedication and progress with another, they may have been more in charge of your security and health and well-being, even when it comes to childhood and parents. But then eventually you had to separate yourself from that and focus on your own abundance. But now there's another relationship here in the present moment that may actually enhance. It's in the benefit position of the 4 directions here. It may actually enhance your life if you allow it to change you know. And that's when it comes into this next dice we're going to clarify here. We have the 1. The 1 is about the self. It's about truth. And it's in the north. It's an obstacle, and it's in the newer energy in your life. It's recovery and transformation. So in order for this relationship to develop trust and develop dedication and progress, in order for this to be an abundant relationship for you, a harmonious and healthy relationship, it's required for you to focus on yourself when it comes to your recovery and transformation. Now we've got recovery twice on this card and on this card. So even in the past and in the future, you're having to recover here. That theme has never changed. You are still recovering from major abundance mindset shift. You know, like shifting your abundance mindset, it's not always easy. And we're going to get back into that 6 energy, because there's a 6 here in the past, and there's a 6 here in the recent present moment here, or just presently in the next couple days or week here. There's a 6 reversed here. So we've got exploration and discovery, the Page of Feathers. Okay, so what I'm getting is that this is a beneficial energy for you. It's the most beneficial because it's the most south in the reading. It's also coming up shortly because it's just on the line towards the future here. So coming up shortly is a beneficial energy that involves the material world and balance. And since it's reversed, it's something that's throwing you off balance. This is beneficial. And this is exploration and discovery that the Page of Feathers is talking about. I think you're going to discover something about this person that really throws you off balance. Or discover something about yourself within this relationship that is going to throw you off balance. And this is a beneficial thing because it's helping you recover with this 1 and this 10 of feathers. Recover and perhaps lean into and trust with this 3 upright here in the benefit position that your path requires progress and dedication, with your intuition being in the overarching energy in this reading. This is really cool. Makes sense to me. It doesn't have the same flow as a tarot reading normally does, so it might not make sense for all the Pisces out there, but we're going to leave it there. I hope you found this an interesting video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.